We're back with Brian Hayes and Marty Biron. Guys, we're never ones to shy away from a good gimmick around here, especially at this time of year. So I'm going to introduce you to the Predict-O-Meter. For each player, you're going to have to stop the meter. Okay, when they hit the goal total you think they're going to get this season. Hayes, we're going to start with you. New member of the Montreal Canadiens, Patrik Laine.
Stop. Do not continue. Do not move past 30. There's no way it's going past 30. I don't know why 50 is even on that board, sir. That is outrageous. He's never touched up against 50. He's certainly not going to do it this year. He hasn't hit 30 goals, Patrik Laine, in a long, long time. This is a big transition for him. He's got to stay healthy. He's got to figure out new teammates. There's not a ton of top-end talent in Montreal, right? He's there to supply that offensive ability. That's been their issue in Montreal for a couple of years now. Who's going to score goals? That top line, Slafkovsky, Suzuki, and Caulfield, I think they're going to stay intact. So I think we're talking about a second-line guy, probably PP1, but I don't see more than 30 goals for Patrik Laine this year, Marty.
I see 31, and look, for most of his career, he was always on pace for 30, right? He's hit 40, but I'm going to go to 31. And I get it, right? Like, Caulfield's going to score, and Suzuki and Slafkovsky has to score. Those four guys cannot get to 120 goals, 130 goals just by the four of them. But I think Patrik Laine is going to get an opportunity. I think Marty St Louis is going to look at him and say, I'm going to give you that opportunity. With a good start, I see Laine at 31 for the year.
And Marty, this is not the Price is Right, okay? We're talking about the Predict-O-Meter. So now it's your turn to step right up. We've got Auston Matthews, and the top of the meter says 70. How many goals do you think Matthews will score this season?
Well, you know what? He's never scored 50 in a season. People are going to say, well, he got to 60 and 69, but never 50. Am I going to stop in the 50? No, I think I'm going to let it just creep over the 60 mark. Stop right here. Ooh. I'm going at 62 goals for Auston Matthews. Is it more likely that he gets 49 or 62? I think it's more likely he gets 62. Now, will he go to 65 and 69? This is extremely hard to do, getting to 65, 66, and more. So I say a great season for Auston Matthews would be 60 plus. I'm going to say 62 goals if, in fact, he stays healthy all season and plays all 82 games. Hayes.
I'm going to say 55, all right? I'm going to be a hater here and say he's only going to score 55. I mean, that's actually a chirp towards Auston Matthews. How dare you have a season where you only score 55? But 60-plus means everything breaks your way every single night. And he wears the crown. He's the best goal scorer in the world. That will not change this year. I have no doubt about that. But last year was 69. It's empty netters. It's off your foot and in. It's, blowout games where he's potting 2-3 goals. I'm not sure that continues this year. I'm not sure if he's going to play the same amount of minutes with Craig Berube behind the bench. He's going to play a ton. He's the man in Toronto. But I'm going to be somewhere in the mid-50s. He has a down year at 55 goals for Auston Matthews. Not
only wearing the crown, also wearing the C now. Step right back up, Hayes. So we've got Zach Hyman. He had a career-high 54 goals last season. How many does he score on Connor McDavid's wing this year? Are we also going to see a down year?
I think we're going to see a little bit of a bounce back to reality. I'm going to stop it right there at 45 goals. That is still a massive amount of goals, Sarah.
Yeah.
45 goals. That's going to put him probably top 5, top 7 in the league, certainly top 10. He's going to stay on McDavid's line. I think he'll be there at the Four Nations Cup with McDavid. I think it's also going to happen at the Olympic Games in 2026. This guy, again, last year had a magical season. Everything broke for Zach Hyman. He deserves everything he gets because he goes to the toughest areas to score goals, and he battles, and he's connected so well with McDavid. But I think, again, it's going to come back to reality a little bit for Zach Hyman. I don't think everything's going to break his way, Marty. 45 is still an incredible year, especially at that contract. He's got one of the best deals in the league, 45 goals. I think if you're in Edmonton, if you're Hyman, you'd sign off on that right now.
Yeah, I say 42 goals, right around there, and I agree. I think McDavid's going to score more. Skinner, Arvidsson, they're going to score their share of goals. So I think it takes away from Zach Hyman's goals. He had 36 a year before, and then he went to 54. I think we go right closer to 36 with 42, but in mid-40s would be a great season for Zach Hyman.
And finally, Marty, it's Alex Ovechkin. He needs 42 goals to become the highest scoring player of all time. How close does he come this season?
Well, he went from 50 to 42. And is it going to be under 30? I don't think so. I think it's going to be just a little bit over 30. Stop it here. I'm going to say 32 goals for Alex Ovechkin. Look, It's not going to happen this year. He's not passing Wayne Gretzky this year. And we're going to have a big blowout party for Alex Ovechkin in the 2025-2026 season. But 50 to 42 to 31, I think he's going to stay around the 31 to 32 range. Even though last year he had a terrible start in the season, I don't see the Washington Capitals really helping him scoring more than 32 goals this year.
All right, I have to Price is Right this right back at Marty. I'm going with 33 goals. I'm going to go one more than Marty. I'm going with 33 here, Marty, because you said it. Last year, that start, it was really, really bad for Alex Ovechkin. Like, we were having conversations daily. Is this the end of the road? Is he even going to catch Gretzky? The second half, he got it together. I think he'll learn from that mistake. I don't think he'll have the same slow start. But that team just isn't very good. They don't have a lot of talent. He is a year older. He's going to continue to slow down a little bit. But 33 is still a great year, considering he's been in the league for so long. He's getting up there in age. Like you said, I agree with you, Marty. It's next year when we start talking about that celebration, because he will eventually pass Wayne Gretzky.
Okay. Now, guys, this was a fun carnival game. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait till the end of the season to see who gets the biggest prize here.
All right.